Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and today is February the 3rd. I'm going to do your Just for Today in a meditation for you. Feel free to join me if you have your books. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into the meditation. All right. What do we have? What gift do we have today? Just for today, what is the gift? Okay. It is entitled, We Need Each Other. I like that title. We need each other. Anyone may join us regardless of age, race, sexual identity, creed, religion, or lack of religion. And that is taken from the basic text, page 9. Addiction closed our minds to anything new or different. We didn't need anyone or anything, we thought. There was nothing of value to be found in anyone from a different neighborhood, a different racial or ethnic background, or a different social or economic class. You may have thought that if it was different, it was bad. In recovery, we can't afford such attitudes. We come to NA because our very best thinking had gotten us nowhere. We must open our minds to experience that works, no matter where it comes from, if we hope to grow in our recovery. Regardless of our personal backgrounds, we all have two things in common with one another in NA that we share with no one else: our disease and our recovery. We depend on one another for our shared experience, and the broader that experience, the better. We need every bit of experience, every different angle on our program we can find to meet the many challenges of living clean. Recovery often isn't easy. The strength we need to recover, we draw from our fellow NA members. Today, we are grateful for the diversity of our group's membership. For in that diversity, we find our strength. Just for today, I know that the more diverse my group's experiences, the better able my group will be to offer me support in the different circumstances I find myself facing. Today, I welcome addicts from all backgrounds to my home group. Beautiful meditation. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Along that note, the courage to change the things that I can. I have the ability to change my reaction, my actions, and my reactions, how I respond to things outwardly, where people can notice, where people can see. I am responsible for becoming culturally humble and culturally sensitive. Diversity is our strength. And truly, many of us can relate to the fact that before we came to Narcotics Anonymous, there was no reason for us to go to the other side of town unless we was copping dope over there. There was no reason for us to get out of our comfort zone, our neighborhood. Many of us walked a 3-block radius, year after year after year, chasing one more, getting high with the same people, hanging out with the same people, sitting on the stoop with the same people, going to the same liquor store, copping a bag from the same dope boy, or selling a bag to the same users, right? So there was no need to do anything different, go anywhere different, engage anyone different, think about anything different. The drugs dictated everything that we did, everything that we thought about. Obsession and compulsion. We come into Narcotics Anonymous, and what happens? Huh? What do you mean? Anyone may join us regardless of age, race, sexual identity, creed? Creed? Religion or lack of religion? What are you talking about? Nobody, not all of those differences can join me. But you are saying anyone may join us? So what are you saying? That I'm 55 years old and I'm gonna be hanging out in a meeting with 18 and 25-year-olds? Is that what you're trying to say? That I'm going to be in the recovery rooms of Narcotics Anonymous with people young enough to be my kids? Oh, wait a minute. That old man that's been here for 40 years, old enough to be my daddy, I'm gonna be sitting at the same tables with him? This is too much. Child, please. Right? So we think like that. We do. When we first get here, we're not ready for this all inclusivity. We're not. We learn to become inclusive. We learn to become culturally humble and culturally sensitive. We learn how to sit in a room where we may be the minority, but we have two things in common: our addiction and our recovery, our disease and our recovery, as it states here. We know there is a commonality there, and we want to focus on the similarities and not the differences. Where are you at with that? Where are you at with that? Is it still us against them? Why they come over here to make a meeting over here? We can make a meeting anywhere we want. They're not, as long as you're an addict and you claim to be a member, right? Because you have a desire to stop using, you can make a meeting anywhere you want to. And no one needs your permission to come into your home group. Yet and still we find that we have not matured to the place of inclusivity. However, what I will say is that Narcotics Anonymous is one of the main places that I have found that diversity was actually our strength. Not only that, our diversity, the way we treat each other, has been something that I can highlight to everyone I meet. Everyone I meet when it comes to not breaking our anonymity, I'm talking about the essence of inclusivity within our program. This is an example. This is the bar. This is where people need to think about. Is where I go to church or my mosque or my synagogue, I don't know, whatever you do that you call your faith that involves other people, because it can look like different things, right? Some people call it church, and for other people, it's not church, it's hanging out after a meeting at Denny's, right? So let's not be confused about terminology, but that fellowshipping that you do, does it have a broad base like Narcotics Anonymous? Is diversity its strength, or is it not? Is Narcotics Anonymous the only place you go and you encounter people that are different? And is it the only place you go where you actually are tolerant and act like you're okay with diversity? Now, if that's the case, that can be an issue because we shouldn't have to act like anything. What we receive freely, we want to give back freely. I received acceptance just based on the fact that I said that I was an addict. It didn't matter how small or how big or how light skinned or how dark or this color of my skin or what nationality, what race. I said that already, sexual identity, what creed, what religion or lack of religion or my age. And I was one of the young ones. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. And so if I received it, I am obligated in my mind to give it back. And we need to take a look at that because now that things are opening up and brick and mortar meetings are happening again, we want to make sure that this is something that we can say that we believe in, that we support, and that we do. If I could give the world what we have found here in Narcotics Anonymous, I would. That's what I mean when I say we set the bar. This this level of diversity is what I think the world needs. And the beautiful part is that no matter what your answer is to me today about where are you at with this, there's one place that we want everyone to be. That's on the same page. That diversity is our strength, and we will welcome anyone into our home groups. People from all different backgrounds are welcome into our home groups. And we are going to make sure that when individuals that come that are outside of our culture, that we make them feel comfortable, not killing them with kindness, but that we're hospitable. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. My name is Mighty Stream. What's your name? It's so good to meet you. You want to come sit with me? I'm sitting over here. Let me show you where the coffee and the restrooms are so that if you need them, you know where to go. Right? Have you ever been to a meeting you've never been to before and need to use the restroom and have no clue which direction to go in? And you sit there miserable the whole time because you don't know? Yeah. So let's be hospitable. Let our service individually or our home group encompass making other people feel comfortable in our home group and personalize it. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I have faith in you. Have a beautiful day on purpose. I intend to talk to you soon.